Side Scrollers is brought to you by you. If you'd like to support the show, head over to patreon.com/sidescrollers. It's time for Side Scrollers on YouTube.com. With me, Stuttering Craig. You got a goal? Go get it. Adam Krigler.
Hey, buddy.
Blab.
Hi, chat. I love you. Mwah.
And producer extraordinaire, Travis Key.
Hi, guys.
And brought to you by you, the G2 community at patreon.com/sidescrollers. And now, broadcasting from our homes, it's time for the #1 gaming and entertainment podcast on planet Earth. It's time for Side Scrollers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, welcome on out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com and Twitch.tv. What is going on, everybody? Hey, I'm Stuttering Craig. Welcome to the #1 video game entertainment podcast on planet Earth. It's Side Scrollers. Man, we got a good one today. I've been looking forward to this all stinking week. But first, before we get to our guest, joining us as always, the king himself. It's Travis Keys. Hello, Travis. How are you?
Doing all right. I'm here. I didn't go to sleep till late last night, but
my bad. My bad. That
I
was
blame
me.
you.
That was me.
No.
I got to be honest. I don't know if many people slept after last night's stream, including Panda and the rest of the G2s who were there last night. But it was definitely a memorable stream. Speaking of memorable, as always, our Guamonian queen. It's Blabs.
Hey, I thought he was gonna go with the Guamonian Amazonian of like Shiraka. Is that how we're gonna call it?
We established Shiraka is not a real place.
Yeah,
at all.
It's real now.
Strictly fictional. Speaking of strictly fictional, this guy's gaming ability strictly fictional. It's Adam Krigler.
I mean, I stream daily. You can watch that. I at least have some semblance of skill.
I know.
But that's okay. That's okay. I beat the Master Nezarec challenge yesterday, which was fantastic. Me and my clan. Shout out to my the Sith Lords on Destiny 2. And,
feeling good about that?
Yeah, we got it done. It was incredibly challenging. I like conquering challenging content. It makes it all the better, you know.
Well, yeah. It sends you to a really deep place, you know. It gets you feeling good about things. That sense of accomplishment. It's wonderful. It's wonderful for sure. I got to be honest. I don't know if there's anybody who is more accomplished from a gaming perspective. Usually we say the greatest gamer in the room is Adam Krigler. I don't think that's true today.
It's been dethroned.
I don't think that's true. Absolutely. Because joining us today is HanDicapable Sean. Sean, how are you today, buddy?
Hey, doing great, guys. Glad to be here.
Hey, man, stoked to have you. It's gonna be a really fun show. We have so many questions. We're just gonna hang out and chit chat with you for an hour. Yeah, I was telling you earlier, and I'll let the G2s know. Usually, we have some sort of run sheet. We do some news and stuff like that. Throwing all that out today because I'm just inspired by you. I think we're all inspired by you, and we are very intrigued to learn more about your story. Now, but before we get into your story, do you want to tell everybody about kind of like what you do, who you are, and just give us the high level stuff?
Yeah, so I'm HanDicapable Sean. Usually go by Sean. And I'm a Twitch streamer, and I play really, really hard games with my chin.
You can. We were talking about.
Oh, go ahead.
No, by all means, you go, my friend.
Play Dark Souls and other retro games.
Nice. I see you've been playing some sort of Zelda game lately, and
the CDI Zeldas.
Yeah, that's and every time I pop in your stream for like a week, you've been in the same zone, looking like you're farming for rupees or something. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, mainly just getting rupees, and I think I was stuck for most of the week.
Oh, okay. So that's why I kept seeing you in that spot. I'm like, man, you must be farming rupees to like level up or something. That's the vibe I'm getting.
Yeah, I think every time you use magic, you have to use rupees, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, they're
Holy
probably
shit.
the worst games ever made, probably.
Yeah, the
I don't
CDI Zelda
recognize
games
this
are.
Zelda game.
Yeah.
I'm immediately I just looking at the games that you're playing, like Hagane. Hagane is like notoriously like the hardest fucking game on the Super Nintendo, and you're out here playing it with your chin. What? Okay, walk us through this. Give us your setup. How does this work out?
So I use a just a regular Xbox controller with a joystick extender on it, so I can get a little bit better movement on it, and then I just bind keyboard keys to it, and then I have a special software that can allow me to do like special button assignments to do certain things. So, like for example, I do a movement on the joystick here, and then if I extend the joystick all the way in any direction, I'll hit the jump button. And then I have other buttons like eye tracking as well set up. And I usually use eye tracking for like menuing and other things like that.
Interesting.
Does eye tracking work good?
No, it doesn't. It's pretty terrible still.
I was wondering.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I just use the eye tracking to like hit buttons, so it's not really something that needs to be too precise or anything.
So you, so obviously you've really taken a lot of time to go through and create a setup for you to continue playing. Gaming obviously has been a very important part of your life to go through that much, that many extra steps just to play the games. I think that's amazing. I don't know. Talk about your gaming history and where you started and the whole thing.
Well, my literally first memories are me playing Super Mario World with my brother. So, I mean, video games are something very special to me from the beginning. But growing up, so yeah, we played it a lot N64 growing up. Playing a lot with friends and stuff. And then as I got older, my hands got weaker because of my progressive disability. So, like around high school, I noticed I wasn't able to hit the buttons as well. And then in college, I kind of stopped playing video games. But once I got out of college, I didn't really want to work or anything. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to start streaming. And I needed to find a way to stream or play video games. So I figured out a way to do it. And originally, I didn't use my chin. I would use a mouse and then a weird Halo apparatus that had switches on it. So I'd play League of Legends and hit buttons with my head and stuff. And then eventually I was like, all right, why not? I need to try something else. This isn't working that well. So I decided, all right, let's use my chin maybe. So I found a website that sold an arm that could hold the controller in front of your chin, or I guess anywhere. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to put this in front of my chin. And I started out, I was like, all right, this kind of works. And back then it was just a joystick. It wasn't like any buttons or anything. So I got that set up, and then I was able to play really simple games.
Was it a lot of trial and error?
Yeah, lots of trial and error.
How long would you say it took for you to get real comfortable where you can? I mean, I see you playing Elden Ring. You know, like that's not an easy game for the average player.
Anybody.
I don't think I could play it.
Let alone someone playing with their chin. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I started out. I tried streaming like card games, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So I did a Hearthstone stream, but I wasn't really didn't really show off my skills, I guess. So decided to upgrade to a Xbox controller and then start messing with that. And eventually, I was able to play harder and harder games. But between that Hearthstone stream and then finally going live all the time, so I probably practiced for about 5 or so years. And I decided eventually, all right, I think I'm good enough, and maybe people would like to see how well I can play with my chin.
So
I
what
started
is
going live.
if you don't mind me asking, is this an oxygen tube that you are using?
Yeah, so it's my mouth ventilator. So
Mhm.
instead of like a trach vent that goes over your neck, it's less invasive. So I just breathe off this. So
Okay, so you need that upgrade.
a lot of people assume it's like a bite switch or
A controller of some sort,
yeah, puff and sip switch or something like that.
right?
Well, yeah, it's just my ventilator.
Oh, what is his name? I was gonna say
Do
the scientist guy has one of those, right? What's his name? Damn it.
Hawking.
Stephen Hawking.
Yes,
Yeah.
he has one of those. I thought
Had.
had
I
yes.
apologize. Yeah, he
I'm
had
not
one
sure.
of those.
I don't really know about his disability.
So Sean, what
Same here.
like you say, if you don't mind me asking, you mentioned you have a degenerative. Is it a disease? You said I don't remember the proper.
So I have Duchenne muscular dystrophy, and that's a progressive muscle weakening disease. So when I was younger, I was able to like walk and move a lot better, move my hands, breathe on my own. But now as I get older, it gets weaker and weaker. But like I said, that doesn't stop me. I still play video games. So
I think that's the one thing that really drew us to you, right? When we saw a clip of you, and I think we were playing. I think it was Elden Ring, and so
Yeah.
so we found you on stream, and the thing that really gravitated us to you wasn't the fact that you were playing with your chin. It was that your name is HanDicapable, Sean. It's like, man, fuck, I'm gonna do this. I don't give a shit. I'm fine, you know. And just the positive outlook of is amazing, and I think we all appreciate that.
yeah, I try to be as positive as I can. I mean, as long as I'm playing video games, I'm good to go.
Yeah, it's your life, you know.
Yeah.
What choice do you have, right? I mean, I always say it's a choice to be a victim, and being a victim, or it's a choice to stay a victim. Being a victim happens in life. Like you're a victim of this disease, but you're not choosing to remain a victim. You're choosing to take what you have and make the best out of it, which is really inspiring. And more people need to be able to do that and be like, all right, you know, what can I do now? All right, I can't control this. This is happening. Now how do I move forward and do the best I can? And when we first saw you was a couple weeks ago, it was like, here's a guy, and we were talking about the accessibility things, that the easy mode for people who need help and assistance, and like, here's a guy who is playing with his chin and making the best out of what he can and still beating these games that these game journalists are complaining about. And I'm curious about how that makes you feel when you have these companies that are like, oh, we need to make it easier, we need to like give accessibility options. I mean, I could see how it actually could help you in some ways, but it doesn't seem like you need the help.
Yeah, I think people conflate accessibility and difficulty, I guess.
Yeah.
So difficulty isn't accessibility, I would say.
Agreed.
So like I don't think games need easy modes. I don't think it's necessary. Especially for disabled people, I don't think it's a necessary thing for accessibility, I guess.
Yeah, I agree.
Right. If they wanted to, I think you hit it right on the head. There's a difference between accessibility and hard, you know, the game being hard. And I think when people think something's just too hard and they want something to make it easier on them and nobody else, you know what I mean? And they're just like everybody else, you know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. Yeah.
And part of the fun of these Dark Souls and Elden Ring is the difficulty.
Yes.
So I
Like
mean,
a
that's
scam.
what makes the game. That's what makes Elden Ring Elden Ring.
Exactly.
I think that's
Or
a really
Dark Souls.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a really powerful statement. You said there's a difference between accessibility and difficulty. And I think that's something that a lot of people don't think about when they say, oh, it needs to be more accessible. What they actually mean is lower the difficulty, right? And I think that is like, that's like, wow. When you said that, I was like, whoa, like I'm sure in my mind, I may have made a face where I was like, holy shit, that's really powerful. That's a pretty cool statement. So I think that's really neat. Rob on Wheels has a question for you. It says, hey, Craig and everyone, could I ask Sean if he controls his chin with his mouth? Sorry, let me reread this because I can't read very well, Sean. Hi, Craig and everyone. Can I ask Sean if he controls his chair with his mouth and chin? I have a chin joystick to control mine.
Yep, I use my chin to drive as well.
That is impressive. Wow.
GF Raptor fan also gifted you a sub over on Twitch, Sean. So nice. Thank you for that, GF Raptor fan. And Extra Zero came in with a question. Says, Sean, it's interesting to hear you're using a standard Xbox controller. Have you tried Microsoft's adaptive controller? If so, thoughts on it?
I mean, I don't really need all the other switches and stuff that supplies. So, and this is doing good enough for me, so I don't really need to try anything else. But I also switch between like PS4 controller. I also used a off-brand PS4 controller too.
Yeah, I don't see how this would actually help you. It's fairly large. I'm sharing images of the adaptive controller. I heard about it, but I actually had not seen what it looks like. So, like, imagine this being held in front of your face. Like, you wouldn't even be able to see the screen, actually.
Yeah, I wouldn't move my chin far enough to hit those buttons.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like there's actually a joystick even for you to use.
Something like that may have been okay earlier in muscular dystrophy, when he possibly could still move part, you know what I'm saying? But right now, clearly, no, that wouldn't work for him.
Yeah, I can't even move my fingers or arms that much. So.
Right.
So you've obviously, you're making the best of your, of what's going on, the situation, which is, very, really admirable. And amazing. Right now, you're currently sitting at 8,000 followers. Your goal is to get to 10,000. So our goal for everybody watching is to go over and to follow Sean's stream over on Twitch. You don't do a whole lot on YouTube, do you?
I'm trying to, but I just am lazy.
So if everybody can go over and follow Sean over on Twitch, HanDicapable Sean, that'd be great. Link is in the chat for everybody to do that. So we'll continue to push that throughout the show. We're gonna drive him closer to that 10,000. That's his goal by the end of the year. Is that right?
Yep, end of the year, hopefully.
Sean, what is your current favorite game?
Favorite game?
Yeah. Anything you're gonna go play a game. Maybe you're not streaming. This is just for you to enjoy. What game you popping in?
Donkey Kong Country, probably.
The OG.
Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah. It's my favorite.
Getting all the
game
secrets.
series.
Nice.
Yeah, all the secrets, 100%. Yeah.
See, I was
Classic
hoping to
game.
hear Zelda. I hate Donkey Kong.
You hate Donkey Kong?
I hate it.
Why?
It's not for me. It never was for me.
I mean, the original Donkey Kong I don't like, but DKC is my jam.
What a stud. What a
I'm a
stinking
fan of the
stud.
original too. I'm just saying. But I
The
did.
OG.
My grandparents had the arcade box in their basement, so like that was one of the first games that I grew up playing. Was playing as Mario trying to save Princess from what's his name? Cranky Kong. Now they changed his name. I think it's Cranky because it's not Donkey Kong because Donkey Kong's good, but
Yeah,
Cranky
Cranky
Kong
Kong, yeah.
was the original. Okay, Cranky Kong. I thought so. That's cool.
So do you Sean, have we talked about your favorite game. Obviously we could talk about like the most difficult games that you've played. Do you have a one like a story in particular of a game that everyone has that game where you triumph? Just Adam was talking about how he felt immense pleasure from beating his raid in Destiny. Do you have a story like that?
Master challenge in the raid.
Yes.
I have a few games that are pretty hard to get over. But Battletoads is probably the hardest game that I've beaten ever.
You beat Battletoads?
I never beat
Battletoads. Yeah, it took 15 streams to do it, I think.
Wow.
My God.
I never beat it either.
Never beat it.
Yeah, it was really hard. And then another one would be Super Ghouls and Ghosts.
I never played that one, but I heard that was grueling.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one I did it on professional mode, which is the hardest setting. And that took 15 days as well to beat.
It's amazing.
I don't think that like those who played those games get it. But to say like that is master level achievements. Like I have zero. I'm a retro gaming guy, but I have zero desire to beat both those games, especially at master level, because it's like running your head into a wall with a nail it's insane. Like it's so impressive.
But yeah, those retro games I think are way harder than any modern game I've played.
Oh, hands down.
Man.
I want to just highlight a comment. It's not a super chat, but Birdman in chat just says, as someone with cerebral palsy, you've motivated me to make more of an effort to make games more accessible to myself. So thanks for that. I thought that was pretty cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Do you realize that you're an inspiration to folks?
People say that I am, but I just live my life,
Just being you, right?
Well, that's inspiring. Just hearing that to me. I mean, for someone who I see a lot of these people on the planet that are spoiled, I guess, just to be nice. They're spoiled and they don't recognize what they have. They don't realize how good they have it, and you don't.
But
normally go ahead.
A difference between like living and being inspired by someone just existing, or being inspired by the achievements they do. So as long as people are inspired by the guy, so me beating games with my chin that are really tough, I'm all for it, because that's the achievements that I'm making.
Exactly.
Well, it's bigger than you beating games with your chin. It's your attitude towards saying, I'm going to beat these games with my chin because I don't have any other option. And I'm going to stream it so y'all can watch it, showing you that even if you don't have use of your hands anymore, if you want to do something, you can find a way to do it. Like that right there is just like, that's amazing. I love it.
And it may not be the reason you did it, but
that's true.
Doesn't make it any less amazing.
That makes it more amazing, because he's not doing it for to show. I mean, that's not your initial reason why you're setting out to do it. You just love video games, right? And you're like, I miss playing games. I wanna do it. Like after college, you're like, man, I haven't been able to play a game. Now I just wanna ride my wheelchair against the wall with the nail in it, playing these retro games as much as possible.
All right, I have a question for you. What's your favorite game that's come out in the last 3 or 4 years?
3 or 4 years. Let's see. Maybe I want to say, did Celeste come out in 3 or 4 years ago?
Celeste.
Yeah, close enough. Probably about 5.
Yeah, I'd say
Celeste is insane.
Yeah, that one, I would say Celeste or Elden Ring, really.
Everyone says Elden Ring is so good. I gotta try this. I've never played it.
Oh, please play it, Blabs. I would love to see you die.
All right, I might. Did you say die?
I got a sound. I got a sound for that. It's music to my ears.
Me dying? All
Well,
right.
that's the Dark Souls death sound, but
Yeah.
many
Thanks, Adam.
I've heard that many a time. Well, you have to hear that before you get good at the game. Then you hear it less and less. So it's
It's on my
you
to-do
know,
list.
it's part of the journey. Is that sound
So is Castlevania.
and Casablanca for that
Yes.
matter?
That one.
So, Sean, I can't get. I'm still wrapping my head around this idea of Super Ghouls and Ghost on the Super Nintendo.
I knew
on
you were going to
professional
say
mode.
it.
Like
I knew you were going to say that.
I can't. Like I've got it pulled up on my other screen. Do you know Fightcade? Sean?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So, okay, so I actually have it pulled up on my other screen over here, just because I'm like, I kind of just want to like give it a go while we're talking, because I have a hard time beating the first level, and that game is so built around trial and error and making sure you're standing in the right place at the right time, and I know in the original Ghost and Goblins you had to beat it twice to get the true ending, and that's the same here as well, right?
Yep. To run throughs. Yeah.
People don't understand how fucking insane that is.
No,
Like,
they don't.
I actually I did it in 3 different tries. So the first try I tried to beat it in 5 streams. It didn't happen. So I rage quit. I basically just ended the stream because I was so frustrated. All right, and then I tried again like a month later. I got frustrated again, rage quit. And then about a year later, I did it again, and I was like, all right, we're gonna beat this no matter what. I'm like, just kept practicing until we got it.
Ain't that the way
literally
all
have it
video
pulled up
games
over here,
work?
and I'm well, with the ODs, man, for sure. Oh, here's actually a really important question, Sean. I'm gonna pull this up so everybody can see real quick. So when you are in your options menu, where are you? There we are. You got your options menu. You have your beginner. You have your normal. This is like the default. Then there's like expert, and then there's professional. How many players did you give yourself? Did you go up to 9, or did you play with 1?
I do whatever the default 3 player.
Wow.
You're so much fucking
Craig's like,
better than
damn
me.
it.
It's ridiculous.
we are currently at 99
Fucking
likes
Scott here.
on
God damn.
YouTube. Can we
It's
get
100 now.
200? Can we get 200?
That's the
And
goal.
have you guys gone and given this guy a follow over on Twitch yet? All right, I know not everyone uses Twitch, but if you do, go give this guy a follow. He's beaten some of the hardest games in history with his chin. What's your excuse?
Yeah.
I suck. Apparently, that's the excuse.
What
That's
is
a good
it? I'm just shitting.
It's a good excuse, though. You know, Craig just.
I just got to
sucks.
get good. You know. God damn.
Yeah,
This is
try
true.
using your chin,
Ridiculous.
maybe.
Try using your chin, Craig.
Yeah, maybe he'll have to
There you go.
Sean over
You
here
got it,
casting
Craig.
more
You can
shade
do
on me
it.
over here.
I knew I liked this guy.
Man, me too. This is great, man. Talking all sorts of shit. I love it. Oopus came in with 5 gifted subs over on Twitch. Thank you so much, Oopus. That is incredibly nice.
I think he just told you to get good, Craig, by the way.
Oh, listen, I fully accept the challenge. No, actually, I
Professional?
don't.
3 players?
There's
I wanna
no
see
way
it.
in hell I could beat that. No way.
No? Okay.
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
think you can either.
Motherfucker, I know I can't do it. Right? Like that. I'll tell you this. I will. You know what I'll do, Sean? You
What are
have
you gonna do?
inspired me. I will beat Super Ghouls and Ghosts on normal with the max amount of lives allotted.
normal.
Sometime this year.
That sounds
Sometime
like
this
a
year.
cop out, Craig.
As Sean
It's still
said,
hard, I guess.
right? As Sean said, it's a growing process. You know, you gotta start somewhere. I could have said easy. No?
Someone says easy there, edgelord.
That's right. That's right.
That's funny.
I've been inspired. Inspired. Evan came in with the $27.99 super chat. Thank you so much. Says, Sean, can of Coke to you, my man. I swear I'm showing this interview to everyone I know who feels like something stops them from succeeding. Craig Mann, Mr. Freeze, Titillating Trav, Casablabza. Love this episode.
Casablabza. I haven't heard that one. That's good. I like it.
That's a
Love
good
it.
one. That's new.
I'm not sure I want to know what Titillating Trav is from. Maybe it was from last night. I think I'm good, but interesting.
Yes.
Moving on.
Just interesting.
Definitely from last night. Paul also gifted a membership to Victor Olmsted. Victor, make sure you say thanks to Paul Hadouken right there. That's Paul. Thank you very much.
I need that
greatly
sound.
appreciate it.
I need that audio.
Absolutely. We already got the finish them and stuff. So what's your streaming schedule look like, Sean? How often do you stream? How long do you go for?
I currently do 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, and starting at noon. And going about 5 hours usually every day.
Nice. Well, thanks for taking a break because you'd be streaming right now then, right?
Usually, yeah.
Nice. Well, thanks for joining us. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
And
glad to be here.
The good news is that everybody's going to go join your stream immediately after our stream is done. So you got a bunch of new folks who can get to know you over there. Do you plan on streaming after this?
Yeah, I'll be live right after.
Are you still
Excellent.
playing the CDI Zelda game?
Yeah, we have the worst one left today.
Fun.
Oh, cool. I'm gonna
Faces
watch
of
The
Evil?
that.
best
Yeah.
of the worst.
What'd you ask,
Zelda
Greg?
Adventure.
How did you like Faces of Evil?
It was better than Wand of Gamelon. I was getting pretty feisty yesterday with the other game.
I just remember from the Duck Walk. You can do the Duck Walk, and there's that whole Duck Walk sequence early in the game.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
It's
and
still-
you have to use your sword to like pick up roofies with it. It's so dumb.
It still fascinates me that that's like the one thing mistake Nintendo. Well, there's a couple, but they really made is letting them get a hold of those Zelda rights. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
All right, I have a highlight pulled up here. What is notoriously thought of as one of the hardest sequences in any classic video game ever.
Yeah.
Do you know where I'm going with this?
Probably Battletoads, maybe.
Yep.
No.
And do you know which sequence I'm going to?
Turbo Tunnel.
Yep. There we go. I just want to watch this really quick. Okay, here we go.
Turbo Tunnel with my death.
So you've probably never seen this before, but the idea is that you're on this little scooter and these things pop up in front of you as you go. And it's all about moving up, down, left, right, in a really fast sequence, jumping over things. And this is thought of as legitimately one of the hardest sections in any NES game. And to be able to clear this at all, I think this is like on the second, or maybe third level of the game. Most people never got past here and just straight up quit.
yeah. I probably spent 5 years as a kid with my brothers trying to beat
All right.
this.
So I'm watching you. I'm watching you move, Sean. You're moving your chin up and down. It's kind of like you're opening and closing your mouth consistently while moving. Zits, pimple, and rash, or I guess that's zits up and down. Do you ever have any jaw issues?
So I have braces right now, and sometimes I forget to put wax on my braces.
Oh, ouch.
So a couple of weeks ago, I was struggling just because I forgot to do that.
Ooh.
But usually, no, I don't have
the internet.
any issues.
There
Yeah,
we go.
it's
We're back at it.
really choppy.
Dude.
Listen, all I can do is do my best and show you. I don't know what's
Yeah.
going on, but all you need to know is that he's making his way there.
It's better now.
How long did it take for you to?
2,
Yeah, how long did it take for you to memorize this?
Probably a few hours, maybe. All right, I'm almost home free.
I forgot how much a good game this is. It's just a great game.
And there's a part at the end where I can barely move my chin fast enough to do it.
Yeah, I didn't
Right.
even
Yeah, it's about to get
consider
insane.
that. Yeah, there might be like a literal physical limitation to how fast you can move your chin. Yeah.
Yeah, like this part right here.
Here we go.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Holy shit.
Let's go.
So you said that
That's crazy.
when you
That is
to
absolutely balls
activate jump, the actual joystick, you're never actually moving it all the way, because when you move it all the way, that what activates the jump.
Yeah, so I don't push it all the way when I'm just moving.
Right. So
So
that's very
sometimes-
precise, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I
Interesting.
think sometimes I just disable it just so I don't accidentally jump.
Right.
When in that game, I think I kept it on as well.
You'd have to. All those times you had to jump there.
But there are
crazy.
a lot of times where I accidentally hit the jump button.
Probably don't do it as much anymore, though, just because you're really probably fine tuning it. How long have you been using this setup here?
I'll say probably 7 years now.
7 years. Okay. It's a good amount of time to really get good at using it precision wise.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I've been using a Super Nintendo controller for about 35 years, and I still can't beat Super Ghouls. And I'm not gonna be able to get over that. That's insane.
Oh,
Greg,
my God.
Greg is so stuck on the ghouls and ghosts.
I am like
Watch me beat him
legitimately
before him.
floored by that. Blabs, you can't beat the first level. You can't beat the first guy. You kidding me?
How do you know? We haven't tried.
Blabs, you didn't know what a Super Nintendo controller was.
True, she
So-
didn't.
It's all the learning process.
Although to be fair, the first level is pretty hard.
Yeah, true.
I don't know. We'll find out.
Don't make
happen one
excuses
day.
for him, Sean.
I suck. Jerry has a with the 22-pound super chat.
That's Euro.
22 euro super chat. Jerry says
They look a little different, Craig.
22 monies. There you go.
22 monies.
From here on out,
Dollar
that,
dues.
everything is there you go. Everything is monies from here on out. Jerry Crow says, capable duck ableist. You are way better at the real games versus me. Would there be any more accessibility sensors you would have for the big manufacturers like Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, like the adaptive controller, etc.?
It's a good question. So
I
what
would
would be your
say-
ideal controller, right? If you can dream something up.
I guess one where you don't even have to move anything. You just use your mind, I guess.
Yeah.
Well,
that'd be
that's
cool.
actually coming. And so, do you know about Neuralink?
Yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah.
So, would you be interested in actually getting that? Because, I mean, they've proven that pigs can use their minds to play video games like Pong.
As long as it's safe, I guess.
Yeah, I'd want them to test it a little bit before I
Of course.
take it.
Yeah. But they're gonna move forward with it. I'm fairly certain. Elon Musk has stated that it's really important to be able to connect with computers, which in itself is a whole other conversation. But on the gaming side of it, you will be able to not have to move, and it'll be direct mind to game application, which is interesting.
Also, I don't know if that would mean you're even playing the video game at that point.
Right.
That's a good point. Simulation theory, are we even? It would be. It would be you playing the game because you're still dictating. You're thinking move left instead of actually physically moving left, and the character will move left
And I
or
guess
jump.
thought speed instead of like when people use a controller, somebody's faster because they can move their fingers faster. I guess your thought speed would then dictate your movement speed. You know what I mean?
Okay, this monkey's not actually playing Fortnite. By the way, I think the monkey is actually playing. There's this game where it gets a treat if he moves a dot onto a box. It's a very simple game. It's not really even a game. It's just move the thing to where the green dot is, or like connect to these points, and then it gets a treat. So they're teaching it how to get a reward for achieving a victory in the game, but via Neuralink. So, and I think initially it had a physical controller to do it, and then they replaced it with like a placebo controller, but they had Neuralink installed so that when the monkey went to do the same motions, the Neuralink activated because it was thinking to do that, because that's what it was used to doing physically, and it was trying to do it physically, but in fact it was the same triggers in the brain that were doing that to achieve the reward. So I think that it's still a ways out before someone like you can get the Neuralink, but I think it's coming. I think it'll happen eventually.
Yeah, it
Is there a
makes me
Sean?
wonder
Is there
how.
a
Go ahead.
Sean? Is there a bucket list game that you want to beat?
Trying to think. No, I think I've beaten all the games that I've want to beat.
Nice.
I think I've beaten all the games.
Did you ever play any shooter games?
I used to. I've tried to do. I tried Halo, but that was a little bit harder just because of the need to use 2 joysticks to aim and move.
Yeah.
But I can play old school Doom shooters.
Cool.
It's like GoldenEye and also Doom clones.
I was actually just going to ask about GoldenEye because GoldenEye is really where the strafing started with the yellow buttons, if I recall. But
Yeah.
not everybody you don't have to use it to play GoldenEye. You know.
Yeah. Well, I guess my current bucket list is try to beat GoldenEye on Double O Agent.
Nice.
I'm currently doing that, but the last levels are really hard to do.
What a
Yeah.
great game.
I don't even think I ever beat it on Double when I was younger. Yeah, it's one of them things.
Backyard
I was
TARDIS.
I was gonna say about the Neuralink. It makes me wonder. So each brain paths differently. So it makes me wonder if the Neuralink's going to learn how each individual brain works. You know, just curious.
I guess we'll find out. Backyard TARDIS came in with a 10. Says, Sean, do you ever play games that are hard because they are buggy? Sonic 2006 as an example.
Yeah, I have a whole list of probably the worst games ever made that I'm trying to play.
What's
So,
what's
like,
the top three on that list?
All right. I can give you number 1, which is probably Holy Diver.
Holy Diver.
Yeah, it's a Japanese only game, but it's notoriously broken.
Holy Diver.
Where it basically just eats your inputs every time you try to jump. So, but,
1993. Okay. NES side scroller game. Yeah, it looks like one of those old games that they just slap it together.
yeah, I'd say maybe Dark Man is another broken game, but I actually enjoy that one. But yeah, the later levels in this game were just so broken. And on the last stage, you have to do a glitch to actually be able to beat the game.
Really? Like you
Yeah.
have to glitch to beat it.
Yeah, it's like past this level, they have to do a little glitch. Yeah, you have to clip into the
That's insane.
floor tile. But yeah, this area right here is probably the hardest part of the game. Because that green orb is random and can hit you at any time. You have to destroy the faces as well while dodging everything.
That's a lot.
Yeah, the amount of up and down movements. just
And the
silly.
game can eat your jump input at any time, so you could fall into the pit.
Oh, fun.
And just to be clear, you want to play this?
I've beaten it, but I only beat it because I was asked to play it.
Wow.
Mm-mm.
No thanks.
Mm-mm.
And also to
Yeah.
prove that I can beat it as well.
How much of you playing these games is you just being like, hell yeah, I can do this, or just the whole idea of like just proving to yourself that you can beat all these games.
Probably to myself and others, I would say. Because I have a vivid memory. So I went to a Halo tournament when I was a kid. And I remember this one kid came up to me. He was like, it would be sad if anyone lost to you. So I saw that kid burn in my memory. I'm like, I'm going to beat that. I'm going to prove that kid wrong.
Hell yeah.
That's good attitude.
That's the
Yeah.
energy.
So,
I
yeah,
hope
just
you beat him in the tournament.
I never saw him again after that, but yeah.
Well, we can find them. This
If I
is the
see him
internet.
again,
Let's find this jackass.
Yeah.
run him over with my wheelchair.
Whoa! That no call for violence, but I say we pit you two in a game of best of ghouls, super ghouls, and goblins, and see who gets the farthest.
Gotta get rolled.
Getting rolled, literally and figuratively.
Speaking of getting rolled, Wheeling Through Life with Brian came in as a brand new member. Thank you so much, Brian. Appreciate that. That's awesome. And Jonathan, thanks so much for becoming a member over on Patreon. That is amazing. Really appreciate that. Super Sentai guy has a question for you. And Sean, I don't know if you've ever heard of this game. You may have. I would think that you probably have if you're in the retro world. If you tried Battle Kid.
Battle Kid. Oh, the NES. Yeah, I've tried. It's too hard for me.
It's too hard for everybody.
Yeah, because the inputs are way too quick for me to even do it.
Battle Kid is a NES homebrew game that was made in like 2011 on NES, like real NES hardware.
Wow.
And
Okay.
yeah, it was developed by this guy named Savak, who comes in and watches our stream occasionally. He's an old G1 from Screw Attack, and
Cool.
he recently put it out on Steam so people can actually go pick it up. But it's notoriously hard, and it's like just death everywhere you go. It's insane. So
Fun.
yeah. Melee Games says, Sean, I love your shirt. It's killer. You do seem to have a nice style.
Yeah, I like Hawaiian shirts a lot.
Funny, I was gonna say that hat that he had in the picture you used, Craig. That was a great hat.
Yeah, I like really colorful hats too.
Yeah, I like that hat. I just realized it. That's cool.
Yeah, isn't that awesome?
Why Hawaiian shirts? You just like the style?
Yeah, I just think they look cool, I guess.
Dig it.
Why
Kinda
not?
Kind of like Krigler wearing his jacket every day. It's great.
This is not a jacket.
Oh, sorry.
This is a liner.
The model has spoken.
Bill says, Sean, trying to beat these buggy games is like mountain climber Greg Mallory when asked, why climb Mount Everest? He said, because it's there.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bill.
I like it.
Do you have, Sean, do you have any, I don't know, like as your condition, you said this is a degenerative condition, right?
Yeah.
You said multiple sclerosis, is that correct?
Duchenne muscular dystrophy.
Muscular dystrophy.
Yep.
When you were you diagnosed at some point when you were younger? If so, do you remember it? kind of walk me through that process.
So my mom had a half brother that had this disability. So my mom got tested that she was a carrier for it. So it's basically a 50-50 whether I got the disability. So I also have a brother that had it, and he was older, so they kind of knew there was a chance I was going to have it, and then they just tested. And I think there are markers that show whether I had it or not. So
When did it start? When did symptoms start happening, or when did you start losing mobility? And I only asked because when I was in, I think it was 5th grade, I had a classmate who had muscular dystrophy, and he said his started very young. So I'm curious when yours started.
yeah, so I mean, I probably knew around 3 or 4 years old that I was different. A lot weaker than all the other kids. I would get tired pretty easily.
Did you have when you were younger? Did you have to use anything to help you walk, assist with your walking and stuff?
So I would just fall down, and then I would just need help getting up. And then around 3rd grade, I got a wheelchair. And then that same year, I got an electric wheelchair not too far after.
Do you do any type of like physical therapy? Anything in the water?
We did,
something
but
like
it doesn't really help. So I mean, we just kind of stopped doing it.
So so obviously you've been, you have this genetic marker, you've been dealt this hand, right? And you're obviously making the most of it. When you see people online, obviously we talk about Twitter is just a cesspool of just people who are just
miserable,
miserable and pathetic, and they're blaming everything on everybody else. How does it make you feel to see people who are constant victims when you said you've taken this situation and make the most out of it?
Yeah, it kind of annoys me. I try to be a positive person. Trying to see people being negative kind of does annoy me a little bit.
I don't blame you.
Do you have a message for them or anything you wanted to say to the people who feel like they've been dealt a bad hand? Is you're over here making the most of playing games through your chin?
That they should probably shut up.
Great advice.
Great. Yeah.
Let's effing go. Love it. Oh, great stuff. Well, Adam, did you have something?
No, I was just because someone in chat said, is it also a goal to visit Hawaii?
I would love to. It's nice and warm there, so yeah, I'd like to go there.
Nice.
Beautiful.
We need to get you there. We're gonna absolutely get you there. That's awesome, man. Love it. Blabs, Trav, you guys got anything?
I was just gonna say, what's the next game you're planning on playing?
We're gonna do. Oh, we have the next Zelda game.
Awesome.
Called Zelda Adventure. That's what we're up to next.
Cool.
What about afterwards?
Probably some more hard games. Probably.
Oh,
The harder the better.
I've never
Maybe
seen
Super
this
Girls and Ghosts again.
Zelda Adventure game.
Just
now
to shit on Craig.
He's just totally throwing shade at me now at this point. Like that's.
I love it.
Sean, you're the type of guy who and I love this about you. I appreciate this. This is what I've gotten. You're the type of guy who would make me feel dumb, right? For not being able to beat Super.
It's not hard though.
And then as I'm hanging my head, you'd roll over my feet with your wheelchair and just to rub it in a little bit further. And I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Oh, I fucking love it. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's get out of here so Sean can go make some money and do some streaming. Does that sound good?
It's fine with me.
Is there anything that you want to add? Anything that you want to say or do, or anything you want to promote? Now is your chance, my friend.
Just get a follow over on Twitch. We're trying to grow there. Try to be the biggest disabled streamer on Twitch. That's my goal.
What's the competition?
People without arms, I guess. Sorry, that was a bad joke.
No, it was a funny joke.
Well, I was actually, going like, how many followers does like your next, anyone out there have? Because who are you, the biggest handicap streamer, or HanDicapable? Excuse me.
No, there's bigger ones.
Okay.
I mean, if you count Tourette's, I guess, then we got a ways to go.
I mean,
well, you can always do.
I feel like I
start
don't
doing
think
hot
they're
tubs.
comparable. I mean, yeah, Tourette's seems like it would be annoying to have, and
I'll trade probably, but
I'm sure you would. Right? Exactly. It's like there's different levels.
Yeah.
I feel like you're kind of going a little
More
above and
severe
beyond
level.
someone with Tourette's.
Oh man, it's awesome. Ace comes in. He says, "I love it. I love that everyone else is so serious and Sean's just cracking jokes." I know, me too, man. I love it.
I'm not serious. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I am, but I'm also I just love making fun of Craig, and the fact that Sean's jumping on that bandwagon. I like this guy.
Fucking me too. I love it. This is great. Like,
You like
I think
making
it's
fun of
outstanding.
Craig too, Craig?
Listen, I don't mind it. Like, as long as everybody's laughing, I'm okay with laughing along with everybody. I have no problem with that, man. Oh my god. Hey, Sean, do you play any Street Fighter?
I used to when I was younger, but I'm not very good at it.
Okay. Well, I got you there. Let's go.
Good for you, Craig. You got
You're damn right.
Wow,
It's
you got something over him.
It's a very,
What?
very small W,
I know,
but it is
I
a
know.
W. All
I
right.
know. I'm trying to
Very
get him-
small.
I'm trying to
Really
get him where
small.
I can, man. Oh, I'm trying. He's so much better than me. It's ridiculous.
I think he's better than most.
I know.
Yeah.
Sean, it was really nice to have you on the show, though.
Yeah.
Keep doing your thing, man. I'm sure you will be the biggest HanDicapable gamer out there.
Thanks, John. I appreciate it.
Yep, I believe in you too. I think you're gonna do it.
Thank you.
100%. All right, so let's get out of here. I'll tell you, we're not going to do a post show today because I want everybody who's watching this to go over to the Twitch channel right now. We need to go over and
Right
we're
now.
going to do a big, massive raid. Right, like right now. Open up a new tab. We just put it there.
Toasty raid.
Perfect. Are you
I
good with
just
that,
came up with
Sean?
that.
Are you ready to get going as soon as we're done?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Let's effing go.
All right.
All right, everybody go over there. And like legitimately, I want to see a bunch of folks over.
I want to see them G2s in his chat.
Absolutely. But Sean, thank you, man. Like it's legitimately a pleasure to talk to you. You're an inspiration to me, and I know to a ton of G2s watching, and to obviously 8,000 folks on Twitch and countless many more.
Yeah, glad being here. I used to watch Screw Attack when I was younger, so it's really glad to be here.
Sweet.
Let's go. Nice. Well, thanks for growing up with me, man. I appreciate it for sure. All right. Well, let's get out of here. And once again, everyone go over and follow. And if you got a Prime sub, hook up HanDicapable Sean with that Prime sub. I think that'd be great. That'd be really good.
Yeah, appreciate it.
With all that said, guys, remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. We're getting in the stream across the board all the way. Once again, no post stream over on Patreon. But if you'd like to support us, you can over at patreon.com/sidescrollers. Before you leave, make sure you guys give the stream a thumbs up on your way out. We are trying to get to 200. We are at a 163 as the live stream is ending. So we're not that far away. Appreciate those little thumbs up. They're free and they go a big long way in making the stream and the show successful. Sean, thank you very much. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, glad to be here. Thank you.
Trav, Blabs, Adam, you guys have a great day. G2s, we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.
Fatality.